about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics.
Around there, YouTube, it is Charles here, and today I want to talk about Exquisite Corpses number 8. This is from Image Comics, and they're actually in development of a movie of Exquisite Corpses. This is a book I wanted to cover, but there was so much going on in it that I rarely am able to come up with a narrative through line for a review. But in the first page, we find out there's this piece of narrative that perfectly sums up the book for me. Pretty much it's a survival horror story. These families, known as the 13, or the families that secretly run the world. And every so often they cordon off a small community and release killers in order to, it's a game. And whoever has the most kills, whoever survives, gets to control the 13 and the world as well. And if there was going to be 2 words to describe this book, and this is positive, for me, it would be fire and chaos. As far as issue number 8 goes. The action has been ramping up slowly but surely, and as you can see, it is a very thick book for a monthly book. And even in issue 1, I remember noting that the book was about 2 or 3 times what you'd expect. So the writers really do have, they're motivated to put out their full vision. Christ be damned. And I appreciate that in a book. But here, the book starts off, when we ended last one, was the surveillance of the actual town and went down, and the 13 were in the dark about what's going on. And here on the first page, you see one of the 13 arguing with the analyst. And this part right here, where the analyst says, "I'm doing what I can." And then one of the 13 says, "I don't care what you can or can't do. You know who we are, and you know what we are. We could walk you to the middle of Times Square, disembowel you, and there wouldn't be a story in the papers. You just wouldn't exist anymore. You would never exist. Nobody who ever knew you would dare speak your name again." And so really that line to me was very ominous, and it speaks to the power of the 13. And I think in one exchange really puts the stakes of this game into perspective. And I don't want to give away too much because there's a lot narratively going on here. But we find that certain members of the 13 may be getting tired of this game themselves, and their motives may not be the same. And another who has a family member as their champion is having an emotional moment of, did I lose my sibling to this game? And then we cut back and forth to the people in the town that we have met throughout the series and what they're going through. It really juggles a lot of plates. Narratively, we have the, scenes of the 13. We have, this conspiracy theorist that we met in the first issue who is now kind of excited but freaked out that a lot of his conspiracies are indeed true, and he's trying to survive, and a mother looking for her son throughout all this chaos, and a paramedic who I believe may be our main protagonist. And we find out that, for the first time in 8 issues, a little bit more about her background. She's a soldier, and she is going back to her military training to try to save herself, her town, and put an end to the 13. And, considering who the 13 is, that's going to be a big, big narrative. But we see her here standing heroically with the pistol toward the end, ready to do what she can to fight 13. If you're not reading Exquisite Corpses, I really, really suggest it. It's intriguing, it's thought-provoking, and at the end of each issue, you really need to know what's going to happen next. And the newest issue is actually in the mail on its way to me right now, so I'm very excited about that. But check out Exquisite Corpses, number 8, the whole series. Volume 1 is actually available in trade paperback. It is from Image Comics. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, keep reading them books. I'm out.